listeners, my name is Blue and today we're lost in Hiveswap Friendsim. Last time we played Friendsim, we left off with Mr. Gale over here. Who, like his profile thing will suggest, is a little sweeter than he looks at first. Now, we are doing this little gremlin. Tirona? Tirona. I think this might be the only troll name I can pronounce right off the bat. Tirona. Let's go on with Tirona. Oh, this is a new change of scenery. Oh. So, here you are. In jail. That's fun. You always knew you would end up here eventually, but you were expecting a human jail, not this. It all happened so fast. You were watching down another Alternian street, I can read, in search of friends when you hear the telltale sound of machinery behind you, and before you could escape, some giant metal drone with a rocket ass scooped you up and flew away with you. You were honestly surprised that the drone didn't execute you on sight. They've tried to do that before, after all. Perhaps your numerous shenanigans have grown so vast and ridiculous, someone wants to see you in person before you die. If only to have the chance to ask you what the fuck. In any case, you aren't complaining. Not about being brought in alive, at least. You have plenty of other things to complain about, though. This cell sucks. It's hard and cold and full of this gross-looking moss that could probably kill you since everything else on this planet sure can. There's a couple of patchwork holes in the back of the wall of the cell, which aren't enough to wriggle your way out through, but are enough to let in some light from outside. You've been in here since a few hours before dawn, and now it's midday, which means scorching rays of sunlight are streaming their way into your cell and forcing you to dart around to the shady spots as the sun makes its way across the sky. As if that weren't enough, it's also hammering rain outside, which really isn't doing much to word. Stymie? I forget all my vocabulary when I do these things. Block out the sun. And you'd think the rain might be aesthetic too? Fun! Intermingling with the rain, you've been hearing some sounds coming from the other rooms. Interrogations, maybe? Torture? Whatever it is, you're not a fan. And would somebody please fix the ceiling on fix the leak on the ceiling? We were doing nicely, and then that one word came up and we're just fucked for the rest of this playthrough. Please fix the leak on the roof. If you have to listen to one more drop of water exploding onto the floor like a nuclear fucking bomb, your shit is going to take an extended subtackle from the handle. You just fly from the handle. To conclude, it's not great. You'd like out right now, preferably. Now? Oh, god damn it. You were hoping that someone would conveniently appear in time with your internal monologue, but no such luck. Okay, whew, there she is. Your new savior is small. Probably the smallest troll you've met so far, with the possible exception from Amicia. And she looks about as young as Amicia as well. She's got wild pigtails sprouting from her head and a twitchy look in her eye, like she's going to start sprinting the second she hears a sound. She opens the cell door with a creak and gestures down the hallway with a quick jerk of her hand. Come on, with me, now, quickly, head down, keep quiet, no asking questions. Something tells me the correct answer is follow her, but we're still gonna save just in case. I can barely hear myself. Yeah, that's better. You follow her down the hallway, keeping quiet as instructed, even though you have so many questions you want to ask her. Questions like, what her name is, or where are you, or why haven't they fixed the fucking leak in the roof? AMC's got his priorities, man. Instead, you just hurry closely behind as she takes you to a stairwell in the back of the building up multiple flights of stairs. Peeking out the window of each door you pass, you see what seems to be an evidence locker, and then a row of tightly packed cubicles, and then a long, winding hallway. This is where she opens the door and ushers you through. The hallway is full of electronically locked doors with troll signs on them, and the overwhelming majority of which are teal. The only other presence here seems to be the automated cleaning robots. You are unsurprised to see that Roombas come with their knives pre-attached. Hey, anybody want to make a stabby? Mr. Stabby. She punches a series of numbers and letters into a keypad behind one of the doors, bearing her sign and a name, and slips inside. You follow. Woo, here we are, my hive away from Hive. You can be a bit louder now, but no shouting. That'll just be weird as hell, buddy. Oh, and my name is Tirona. We had this, and now it's gone. Tirona, by the way. You politely refrain from shouting as you introduce yourself to her. Tirona pulls up a chair and sits down at her desktop, tapping some keys. So what we're going to do here is I'm just going to go ahead and access your files in our system. Shouldn't be too hard to find since you're a weird alien, and yep, here we go. That's what we were looking for. It's so hard to read this. Where are the apostrophes and whatnot? Time to make a few edits. She leans in, fingers flying quickly over the keys. She's absurdly fast on the keyboard, her eyes darting back and forth across the screen. Now, normally I wouldn't pull anything this risky, and I certainly wouldn't be helping out a criminal, but I have it on a good source that you're not the kind of person we should be letting rot in a cell, or worse. Right now, you're in our system on a lot of weird and serious offenses, but you and I, we know the only thing you're really guilty of is trying to keep your head and shoulders attached, yeah? I'm just gonna click here, delete a few things, and there we go. You're clean. Wow, just like that, huh? You thank her profusely and even begin considering groveling at her feet, but she cut you off. Listen, I'm just doing the grunt work for you. Wasn't really my decision to spring you. Let's just say you and I have a mutual friend, wink wink nudge nudge. I run errands for him sometimes in exchange for information. I just happen to be pulling an all day over here anyway. So, I was in the right place at the right time. Is our mutual friend, fuck, what's his name? He's Gal's Kismesis. I can't remember his name now. Tagora? Tagora. Him. Is it him? I shouldn't be, assuming that every till knows every till. But, you know, I'm doing it anyways. This mutual friend of yours sounds like a dead ringer for Malik. Oh, yep. Could also be Malik. Man, look at me. Wow, knowing a cerulean in high places is really paying some great dividends. It beats our data, at least. All you got from her were some weird DVDs on Chitter from her stream followers. Anyway, speaking of being in the right place, what is this place anyway? This place is, well, it's a lot of things. Jail and courthouse and office and a whole lot more. Basically, if you're a teal looking to learn how to do teal things, this is where you go for a hands-on internship. Most of it is law related, of course, but there's a couple of semi related fields for the go getters looking to do something a little different. Like me. Yep, I bet you're just dying to know what I get up to in these hollowed halls, don't you? Surely a brilliant mind like Miss Cassund is doing something real important work here, is what I bet you're thinking, and you are absolutely correct, my friend. Feast your eyes on this, and Siri has been recording me this entire time. A few clicks on the wiggly, bulbous mouse in her Husktop loads up several images. You glance at the screen, and the recognition center in your brain goes haywire with dopamine. Alien culture or not, you know memes when you see them. God, you missed memes. Check it out, check it out. They're a little corny, but I know Triza's gonna love them. She's a real sucker for this kind of thing. One of them is a image macro featuring Triza doing her makeup with the caption, "Triza's so hot, rebels are so not." Triza? Whatever. Another seems to feature troll brains, or at least you hope those are brains, with varying sizes and hemo colors. Being a rebel is the small maroon brain. Sympathizing with rebels is the medium-sized olive brain, and worshipping Triza is a giant purple brain. This one will be going up on the web soon, but for now, I've got plenty of other memes circulating. See, I made a bunch of fake Chitter accounts and got some techie troll to animate them for me. He has hyped out the excitement nub to some work on Triza's behalf, I tell you. Some of these accounts just pretend to be regular trolls, and others are best jokes nightly, big funny relatable laugh humor, you know? They're racking up these followers as we speak. And the point of them is to put these Triza memes out there. That's how you get them. You start with a couple of innocuous jokes and cute beast pics, and then bam, suddenly you're spreading the good word of the Emperor. And everyone accepts it because your Chitter account is so funny and hip. I call it memeganda. It's going to be the next big thing, I tell you. It doesn't really seem like a clever way of spreading propaganda. Really effective. Read. Brain. It does seem like a pretty clever way of spreading propaganda. Really effective on today's modern youth. It also deeply unnerves you, but you leave that part out. There's just something wrong about memes being used for evil. Even then, most of the time when memes are used for propaganda, it's really old, burnt-out memes because corporations aren't able to keep up with internet culture. So I'm curious as to see if these memes are really old and outdated by now, or, you know, actually hip. Thank you! I'm glad someone appreciates all the hard work I'm doing here instead of just brushing me off. I've had to do a lot of overnight pitting out propaganda for these emperors lately. Just between you and me. Although, this ain't exactly much of a secret anymore. There's talk of a rebellion brewing, like a real, actual big-scale one instead of a bunch of high-bloods getting paranoid because a Burgundy looked at them funny. It's pretty scary, actually, and I hope I won't get swept up in all of it if something nasty breaks out. Yeah, that's the vibe you've been getting. You were about to ask for more info about this rebellion when she cut you off and keeps rambling on. Seems like she's got a lot to say. You get the impression that nobody else here listens to her. Possibly because she's still young compared to most of them, but saving you from a jail cell is a good way to get you to pay attention. But here's the thing, despite being a whole lot of potential trouble, it's also a great opportunity to show the Empress just how invaluable my skill set will be for them. The Empire? Yeah, the Empire. I want to say Empress because really, Teresa's the only one in charge. See, I've got it all planned out. First, I need to prove to Trisa how useful and clever I am, and how helpful I can be for her regime. Then, when Trisa comes of age, shall dethrone the current empress and take her place. Most trolls love Trisa, and those who don't are going to get themselves killed real quick, I'm sure. She'll have plenty of support when the time comes for their duel. Oh my god. It's getting a little easier to read, but at the same time, I'm just kind of losing it. Once she's in full power, I snag myself a nice position as her propaganda minister. And if I'm real lucky, I can wheedle my way into being assistant to this to his honorable tyranny himself. His honorable tyranny? You don't think you've heard of this guy before? You assume he's a particular high-ranking troll in the legislative process? I'm going to assume it's, the Aquarius section of the Hemo spectrum. Oh no, he's just a fuck-off huge monster who passes judgment on criminals by beating them or eating them, eating anyone who bugs him, really. He prides over particularly noteworthy trials, especially at the extreme court. In retrospect, you should have known. If monsters can be parents, they surely can be judges too, but, what exactly is the appeal here? Oh, are we talking about, their Lucis? Trezi's Lucis? Who wouldn't want to be big and handsome and strong enough to devour anyone who annoys you? It's the perfect life, I tell ya. Fair. As it stands, since I can't be him, I can at least be his best buddy and most perfect little helper. And besides, doing all the behind-the-scenes work is a lot safer than trying to actually hunt down or prosecute criminals, I'll tell you that much. I mean, yeah, he might eat me, but that's just a normal workplace safety hazard, really. Nothing I can't handle. She really does have it all planned out, doesn't she? You're impressed. Thank you! But I can't do it on the alone. I'm gonna need some help along the way from a very talented and clever associate or two. I bet you know who I'm talking about. Her Lucis? Her classmates? Shh, no, dummy. Shh. Here, I'm trying to butter you up, and it flies right over your thing, man. You want our help? We literally have no social standing on this entire fucking planet besides the 23-ish friends that we have? 23 friends we have. Yeah, 23. Besides the 23 friends we have. This is our only social standing. And you want our help? I mean, I guess technically we sweet-talked Mr. Grand Highblood, but, like, it doesn't mean he likes us. He likes our legs. I'm talking about you. I need your help. And I think after bailing you out of that gym, I've earned it, wouldn't you say? The old, I rake my claws down your back, you rake yours down mine. Dailies something. I don't think I'd ever really be able to read that word if it was written correctly. Troll idioms are still as inscrutable as ever, but you do know a thing or two about claws, and about helping someone earn their good graces. What you need? You ever hear the old Aegis? Words. Tills talk. And Mo, a lot of them have been talking about the strange alien going around getting all buddy-buddy with their cast and uh-huh. The way I see it, someone like that might just know how to get me into their offices and dig up some dirt on them and their potential rebel connections. Phone, I need you to stop going off and doing weird things. I keep saying they should start shelling out for ganders, and I had heard Pat down, and now it's just gone. It's gone. We're starting back at square one. I keep saying they should start shilling out for grander scanned tech, but nobody ever listens to me. No way, no how. A regular old password system ought to be enough, right? Ha, they wish. Yeah, they really wish those locks were as secure as they think they are. You can figure out the codes no problem, I'm sure. What do you say, pal? How's about you help me, the Empire, and root out that rebel scum, considering the fact that we are rebel scum. But if this keeps us from getting killed, yeah. Oof, you're not particularly keen on betraying your friends, but you do owe Tirona a favor now. And you love to make another pal while you're at it. There's gotta be some way you can maneuver your way out of this mess. You tell her, sure, you'll offer her some help. If you're going to hit up someone's office, it should be... No. No! Definitely not Ty. Not Ty. Ty is 100% part of the rebellion, and we're not doing that to Ty. I refuse. Tigiri. Isn't that our anime friend? Yeah, that's our anime friend. Takura just seems interested in money. I don't think we'll find anything on Takura. Plus, it's been a while since we've seen him, so let's go see Takura. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. He's real smart and a good talker, and he has always got these latest gossips, so you'd think he'd be my kind of guy. But he's also such a sleaze? Like, a real creepy creepster. Not to mention, he charges out this stiff tube for all his info. No thanks, I'll handle it myself. Ooh, but imagine the scandals if he had turned out to be a rebel all along. Fuck. I really hope we'd find something on him here. After some hacking. I'm trying to read that. I'm assuming IEE something. After some hacking, that is. Punching his wiggling day into the keypad. The door open to his office clicks open. You know his birthday. Do you know all your friends' birthdays? It's really hard for me to keep up with my friends' birthdays. Except for like two of them. No, two of them, because I don't know Bree's birthday. I was never told. Aubrey, tell me your birthday. The two of you slip inside and glance around. You are immediately reminded of his hive. Almost eerily reminded of it, in fact. Did he just order copies of all the same minimalist aesthetic furniture and have them sent to his office? That's, well, you don't know exactly what that is, but it's certainly impressive. You know, I'm not sure of that vase is regulation. Take a picture of it just in case, will you? Sure thing. And if you happen to accidentally delete the picture later, well, actually, you have accidentally deleted a bunch of pictures before. Figuring out your troll phone has been an ordeal. You line up the camera, take the shot, and oh fuck. You're about to press the button, and your phone received an incoming call from someone, and you ended up pressing answer call button instead. Now you're going to be trapped in a social encounter that you weren't mentally prepared for. No! Wait, it's just Agora. Better call Gagora. Gorgor? Better call Gorgor. Oh my god! He put a nickname in for himself. Like, an actual nickname, not just a chitter nickname. Like, Gorgor? I'm gonna start calling him that from now on if I remember. That's no problem at all. He's word and easy to talk to, and you're standing in his office. Fuck. Again. Throwing your most practiced everything is perfectly fine expression, you try to angle the camera so he can't tell where you are. My apologies for bothering you on such a short notice. I recently learned through the grapevine that you may have been responsible for certain changes in... I don't remember how I said this person's name. Sigisi's attitude as of late. Zegisi's? I don't know. I thought it might be prudent to let you know that... Wait, is that my office? Did you break into my office? No, God, no. It's not his office. It just, an office that coincidentally happens to look like his. His face has been frozen mid-smile, and now it slowly seems to twist until the smile doesn't nearly look as friendly or genuine as it did a moment ago. He starts to laugh, a little raspy chuckle under his breath. I see. I see. No, Siri, stop it! More the fool was I to ever believe I could trust a fellow liar. Oh. Is this Gel's work? No, it can't be. He doesn't do that kind of subterfuge. It was all a game to you. Yes, that must be it. Of course it was. You're not here to make friends. What? No, that's exactly what you're here to do. The bills I so graciously forewent for your sake. Huh, well, no matter. You can expect a very hefty invoice to arrive via email as soon as I finish typing it up. No, please, no, it doesn't have to end this way. You were just trying to secure another friendship. He knows how it goes, right? Saying or doing anything for a bit of social gain? Oh, but of course. And I would be very happy to continue our business relationship in the future. No, Gorgor! It sounds very weird to say that. I might not actually keep calling him that. Once I've been reimbursed in full for my time and expenditures. Brain words. Farewell. He ends the call and his face disappears, making a little bee-woot sound that Gripe makes. Cannot possibly underscore the finality and tragedy of the situation. Your heart truly is broken. But hey, at least you can trade one friend for another, right? Now that she's seen what you're willing to sacrifice for her, surely Tyrona will... Tyrona? Ah, shit. At some point when you were distracted, she made a break for it. Now you're left with Now you're left with naught but a hefty fine and an ache in your chest where friendship used to be. Game over. Oh, Jesus. They use the dollar signs. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a V with lines through it. Okay. I really don't want to break into Ty's office. But something tells me that's the right answer, but we're not gonna do it. We're not gonna do it until we're forced to do it. So, this dude. What did we call him? TK? Something like that? I don't remember. I just remember not being able to pronounce his name. After mulling it over for a while, you decide that Tikeri is the safest choice. Sure, he's a guy with a sword, but he's also by far the least likely to harbor rebel sympathies, so you won't be getting anyone in trouble here. Yeah, Tiggerty. Now that sounds like an interesting choice. I tell you what, he's always been sucking up to those purples and trying to make himself look cool and knowledgeable about law stuff. So you'd think he'd be clean, but maybe, just maybe, it's all a front. I'm working on a video about rebel sympathizers right now, actually, and that's one of my big bold points that I go over. How sometimes the guy is trying too hard to look like he's on he's on the level is actually as far off the level as it gets. So yeah, let's see what this guy is hiding, why don't we? Please don't get a call from him. Moseying all over to his door, you consider the keypad. It shouldn't be a hard password to guess. It's gotta be the name of one of his favorite animes, right? You punch in one and... nope, the buzzer sounds. You try another? Nada. But to your delight, the door clicks and begins to slide open after the third anime title. You glance over your shoulder to see Tyrona beaming at you from right behind you, then turn back to the door and yikes! A katana comes swinging out towards you on the wire and you nearly dive out of the way before it connects, crashing onto the floor in the process. You groan and stagger back to your feet and hear a familiar voice from the speaker in Tikiri's room. Foolish evildoer! Did you really think it would be that simple? You've fallen for my trap. Your 3 pitiful guesses were all it took to seal your doom. Not that it's going to do you any good while you bleed out on the floor. Oh, honey, you weren't expecting people to dodge your katana trap, were you? Sayonara, trespasser. Why is there Japanese on Alternia? How did they know this? I feel like I talked about this in his episode, but the message seems to cut off there. But then there's some muffled sounds like a microphone being moved. What do you think, Tadashi? It's going to look so cool when I show it off to my colleagues. You breathe a sigh of relief. That katana was aiming right at your head. You almost got skewered. Talk about close one, right, Tyrona? Tyrona? Did she get skewered? She got fucking skewered. No, that made me go to Thai. I don't know. I can't believe I'm doing this. Okay. It's got to be Thai. She runs a tight, if sleep-deprived ship. You'll give it a good try, fail to find anything useful, and Tyrone will appreciate your attempt. Thai, huh? Yeah, she's got that vibe to her, you know. She talks a lot about improving the justice system, and what kind of person does that, huh? A rebel sympathizer, that's who. The Alternian justice system has worked just fine for hundreds of sweeps. The only person who ought to be proposing changes is Teresa herself. But obviously there's nothing to change. She'd have done it already. Teresa kind of reminds me a lot of the word treason, which we know right now in her stage of living, she's not gonna commit treason. What if she does later on, though? This is just me playing the word association game, so you don't have to listen to me. Anyway, this is Tizzy's door right over here. Why don't you start working your magic? Tizzy? That's a cute nickname. An idea comes to you. You start tapping away at your phone, much to Tyrona's chagrin. Hey buddy, we're trying to break into someone's office. This is no time to play Flappy Telling Screecher. Flappy Bird? Is that your rendition of Flappy Bird? You explain that you're looking up Teresa on your phone to consolidate information and improve your chance of guessing her password. Whoopsie. Sorry, I'm just a little antsy here, I guess. Haha. Carry on. Turning to the keypad, you start inputting your guesses. You try the birthday listed on Ty's Chitter profile. Nope. Even the name for Matesprit doesn't work. Then something clicks. Everyone expects a long, complex password, right? You try 2 paltry distance instead. 69. Click! The light goes green and the door to our office slides open. Bingo. Really, Ty? Oh, man. Feeling pretty chipper about your breaking and entering skills, you usher Tirana inside with an exaggerated bow. She crackles and steps right in, making her way over to a hustap sitting on Ty's crowded desk. There's papers and old mugs lying around everywhere, and the rest of the room is about as disorganized as, the desk. I hit my headphones. With towering stacks of books threatening to collapse if you so much breathe wrong. The Empire already monitors online communications, of course, but we've got tools for those sneaky sneaks who try to hide things off the cloud. Ooh. Tyrana produces a small device, bright red with gold accents, and plugs it into what appears to be the USB slot of the desktop. It wriggles upsettingly. I'll go through her files, and you start looking through all those books and folders, okay? You offer a thumbs up and turn your attention to the absolutely massive pile of literature that is strewn throughout the office. You're not really giving it your full effort, hesitant to pry into Ty's stuff, but you get the sense that she isn't hiding anything here anyway. Behind you, Tyrona is clicking through folders on her desktop, the exasperation in her voice steadily growing. Unless useless school feeding assignments, copies of court transcripts, a bunch of nudes. Ty! All just normal teal stuff. What, is nudes considered normal teal stuff? There's nothing incriminating on her at all. Where is she hiding it? Whoa. Ty pulls away from the desktop and dives into the stack of books with the gusto of a small child in a ball pit, rifling through pages as quickly as she can. It isn't going to be long before she gives up the pursuit too, emerging from the pile in a shower of loose pages. Ugh, I can't find any evidence of wrongdoings anywhere! No hidden folders on her desktop too. No secret stash between the pages of a book. Nothing. She stomps back and forth, pacing around the room and scratching her face absent-mindedly. Maybe there just isn't anything to find. Is that so bad? Yes! If she's not bad, it's super bad. Ugh, look, see? I'm not big and I'm not strong. Even if I get a growth spurt when I'm older, it won't change that I don't like to fight. That's just not what I'm cut out to do. I'm a thinker and a listener and a talker. Knowledge is power. It's the only kind of power I'm good with. It's the only kind that'll keep me in the game. Everyone's got to play nice and get off my case because they know I've always got the dirt. But all those shifty, crafty teal jerks keep trying to hide all their secrets from me. I'm gonna be hooped if I can't get one over them. Tyrona yanks at her pigtails and slumps down against the wall, looking as frazzled as ever you've seen her. Liz calls for a pep talk. You sit down across from her and offer a gentle smile. You know where she's coming from. When you came here, you were a mess. You still kind of are. All you had were your guts, your mind, and your goofy charisma. You've been blundering your way across the planet, but somewhere in between all the blundering, you've made friends. You've gained skills. You figured out how to keep surviving, even when it seemed impossible. And if you can do it, so can she. Sure, she may not be as big or strong as she'd like. She won't always win. Sometimes there's going to be days like today where she doesn't succeed. But she's gotta keep the spark in her. You can see it. That tells you she'll be just fine as long as she keeps her head up and tries to hang in there. Tyrona perks right up. Your motivational speech game is really on the ball lately. Yeah, you're right. This might have been a bust, but I sure ain't. I've already got all kinds of connections and pals and skills, and I mean, the guy I ran those errands for, he says I'm one of the smartest and cleverest tills he's ever met, and that I'm really mature for my age, and hi, Ty. Fuck. find out what else she says, because you're interrupted by the sci-fi whoosh of the office door opening, and Ty steps through. A long, awkward pause before she raises an eyebrow at Tyrona. Now, just what in the hell are you two doing in my office? Tyrona begins stabbing her spot, but Ty jerks her head towards the door. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to get out right now. She turns to you. Not you. You. We need to have a chat. Tyrona flashes you a terrified look before scurrying out of the room, door sliding shut behind her. Ty glances at the door, then pulls you towards the most secluded corner of the room, where books are piled so high they practically reach the ceiling. She speaks in a low, hushed whisper. A good idea, because you bet a troll buck or two that Tyrona is listening outside the door. Hey, so, that was some good thinking, texting me as soon as you got your palm house back. You shrug humbly. You're getting good at levering your bountiful stockade of friends. I wonder what she thinks I'm going to do to you. There's a lot of rumors about me. Most of them are untrue. But when you look as tired as I do every day, trolls whisper. She chuckles lightly and takes a sip of water before sighing. I can't believe she thought I'd ever be dumb enough to keep incriminating documents in my office. She must be getting real desperate to prove herself. This is exactly my point about how fucked up it is here. Everyone's trying to climb over each other out of the muck and pull the rest down like shell scutters in a seafood storage device. Poor girl. She thinks she's got everyone in the palm of her hand, but she's being played as much as the rest of these smucks. Another sigh. You feel like sighing may as well be Ty's second quirk. But you've already heard enough from me about all that. Go pretend I chewed you the fuck out or something. I need to reorganize this shit now that she ruined my old system. Her office looks far better organized than it did when you walked in, actually, but you're not about to point out to split hairs over it when Ty just bailed you out of a potential disaster. You thank her, giving her a quick hug, and then slip out of the office. Tyrona nearly falls over herself, stumbling away from the door where she was clearly trying to listen in. Whoa! You're here and still alive and in one piece! That must have been a real close one. You know what she does to people who cross her, right? Well, I'll give you a hint, pal. It starts with disembowelment and only gets worse from there. Uh-huh. How'd you make it out? Oh, you know, talking your way out of jam. It's a total breeze. Tyrona seems starry-eyed and impressed. You sure do know how to handle yourself, especially for a weird alien. I think you and I ought to stick together. Technically, you don't owe me or anything anymore, but us little people work best in numbers, yeah? You could use a friend like me. You smile, basking in the now familiar glow of camaraderie. Yeah, you could use a friend like her. And you think she could use a friend like you, too. You did good. Hey, we did it. I didn't want to do Ty's office, but MC's gotten smarter, which honestly surprises me. Tell me what you think about those little gremlin down there. She's okay. Maybe MC can find a way to, persuade her into the rebellion side without her knowing. But I don't think MC's clever enough to do something like that. But that was it for today, stars. If you liked the video, please give it a like, and subscribe if you haven't already to join our wonderful galaxy. Comment down below and I'll get back to you some way or another. And I will see you for our next adventure. Remember, we're all made of the same cosmic dust, so be nice. Kate, love you.